What is going on, my people? We are finally back again, bro. Hope everyone's doing absolutely fantastic. You done already, fam. Your guest favorite is back again, bro. And yes, fam, we've made it to the last and final match day of the Premier League, match day 38. This is the final match day that will conclude the 22-23 Premier League season. We have some cracking fixtures this weekend in terms of top four in Europa League. I think that is pretty much settled, fam. Man United, after their win against Chelsea, have pretty much sealed off top four, but the relegation battle is still pretty interesting, fam, and we're gonna go over everything that there is to go over. And yeah, if any of that does interest you, please stick around. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend, and let's get cracking, bro. So match day 38 does of course kick off on Sunday, May 28th, when Aston Villa take on Brighton at Villa Park. Aston Villa, they drew 1-1 in their last game against Liverpool, and Brighton, they drew 1-1 in their last game against Manchester City. And Cecil scored an absolutely wicked goal, fam. Oh my days, what a goal that was. But yeah, this might be interesting. Brighton, they pretty much have sealed their place in Europa League. This game is pretty much, or at least for me, I think it's going to be more about, for the fans, more about pride than anything. Yeah, there's not too much to, win or lose in this game, fam. At least from my perspective. I don't think Brighton will be too focused going into this game. I think their minds will be a little bit in La La Land vacation mode because, they're in the Europa League and then it's the end, fam. Now they can just relax. And yeah, even though Brighton will technically finish above Aston Villa, I think Aston Villa just has a much better side. That's why I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Aston Villa. After that, we do of course head over to Goodison Park, where Everton will be taking on Bournemouth. Everton, they've done pretty well in their last game, gaining a crucial point against the Wolves in a 1-1 draw. And as for Bournemouth, they lost 1-0 against Man United. Everton, this is going to be a massive game for them. I don't think they will get relegated, but considering the fact that Leicester City actually drew against Newcastle, fam, in the last match day, a 0-0 draw, they put pressure on Everton, fam, to get a result out of this. I don't think they'll get anything less than a draw. I really don't. I actually think they'll win this game, fam. I really do. Again, I don't think Everton will get relegated. I think they've done just enough to stay up. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for Everton in this match. Moving on, we do of course have Leeds United taking on Tottenham Hotspur. Leeds United, they lost their last game 3-1 against West Ham. And then Tottenham Hotspur, they also lost their last game 3-1 when they took on Brentford. Leeds United are in the hot seat, fam. They do have a chance to, not get relegated just like the likes of Leicester City and Everton. But I don't see it happening, fam. I don't think Leeds United are good enough. I think they're a very poor side, just like Leicester City. And then Tottenham, they don't have too much to play for. I think their minds are going to be someone else. I'm assuming Harry Kane is going to want to add another goal to his season. So yeah, this might not be the most interesting of games. And a part of me feels that not Leicester, Spurs can win this game, but Leeds United, I think they might have an equal opportunity. So with that being said, it might be a close game. I'm expecting Leeds United to give it their all, fam. This is their last and final chance to try and get something out of this game and not get relegated from the Premier League. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. After that, we do of course have Brentford taking on Manchester City. Brentford done tremendously well in their last game against Tottenham Hotspur, winning them 3-1. And Bournemouth was without a doubt the standout from that match. And then Manchester City, they are Premier League champions, but they've already started on the wrong foot as their winning streak has come to an end when they drew 1-1 against Brighton, fam. Yeah, I know their minds are someone else, but they need to sober up because the matches that they have that include the FA Cup and Champions League, they are coming thick and fast, fam. So they do need to shape up. Brentford, I think they should do whatever they can to get a win out of this game because Man City, as of right now, are in a little bit of a vulnerable place just because they don't have much to play for anymore. I mean, their season's done. They are champions. So Brentford, I think they should go into this game with the mentality that they can and should get 3 points from this game. But anyways, I think Manchester City might shape up for this game. I think the brilliant football that we've seen from them all season might be on full display. But again, I think Brentford can definitely get at these guys. But yeah, I'm going to go for a 3-1 win for Manchester City. But again, Brentford can definitely get a win from this game. We then head over to Old Trafford, where Man United will be taking on Fulham. Man United, they've done well in their last game in the midweek when they took on Chelsea and they beat them 4-1. Some good goals. Casemiro with a brilliant header. Martial, well, the build-up was good, and then Martial just, scored a good tap-in. Rashford also scored a really good goal, beating the goalkeeper. Yeah, solid performance from Man United. They definitely should have scored more in that game, though. But top 4 for them is pretty much done and dusted. They have sealed their place in the Champions League. For Fulham, they drew their last game 2-2 against Crystal Palace. I personally don't see them doing that much in this game. I do think they'll get a goal, but in terms of doing well, like performance-wise, I think that'll be a very average performance, to be honest. I don't think they'll do too much. So with that being said, this might be a close game. I know Man United are a significantly better side at home in comparison to their away form, so I do think they definitely have the upper hand going into this game. But again, this might be a close game. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Man United. After that, we do of course head over to Stamford Bridge, where Chelsea will be taking on Newcastle. Chelsea, absolutely awful, fam. Absolutely. In their last game against Man United, I thought they would have shown a little bit more, but they got battered, bro. They really did get battered. I don't know how Man United didn't score more goals on them, like I said earlier. Newcastle, they drew their last game 0-0, but they have sealed Champions League football. What a brilliant season they had, fam. To finish in 3rd place, absolutely mind-blowing, bro. What a season. However, I think going to this game, Newcastle's minds, like several other teams, will be in another place, fam. I don't think they'll be too focused going into this game, and you know, that might be something that Chelsea could take advantage of. But anyways, as much as I do think Chelsea might have a chance of scraping 3 points, I do think Newcastle will do just enough to scrape it away. That's why I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Newcastle. We then head over to the King Power Stadium, where Leicester City will be taking on West Ham. Leicester City, they drew their last game against Newcastle, which gives them a massive chance to try and not get relegated, fam. And as for West Ham, a brilliant 3-1 win in their last game. What a display of football that they put out. Yeah, West Ham, I know their minds are going to be a little bit in La La Land too, because I think they're more focused on their Conference League final rather than the Prem. There really is nothing for them to get out of the Prem anymore. But Leicester City, they do have a lot to fight for, but I struggle to see them put in any sort of good performance. The defense, I think, is really the thing that is biting at them, fam. That is their biggest disadvantage. But anyways, this might be a good watch. I'm not sure. I do favor West Ham going to this game. I think they can definitely get the 3 points. But Leicester City, considering that it's the final match day of the season, I think they just might put in a decent performance. That's why I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. We then head over to the Emirates Stadium, where Arsenal will be taking on Wolves. Arsenal at the moment are absolutely gutted, fam. They didn't win the Prem after, blue ballsing everyone all season long, because they should have won the Prem. And Wolves, they drew their last game 1-1 when they took on Everton. Depending on how you look at it, they did kind of bottle that game. Arsenal, I don't know. I think they'll put in a decent performance. I think they will win, fam. They are playing at the Emirates. They're a good side at the Emirates, and they have been a good side all season long. But Bukayo Saka has recently signed a new contract as well. So maybe just me, but despite the fact that Arsenal season ended so bitterly, I actually think Arsenal fans and players might be up for this game, fam. Especially when you consider that Bukayo Saka signed a new contract. I think they're going to want to end the season on a good note. They're a good side at the Emirates. So yeah, they might blow Wolves apart. Might get like a 4-0, 4-1, 3-0. But I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for the Arsenal. Maybe 3. But I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for the Arsenal. Moving on, we do head over to St. Mary's Stadium, where Southampton will be taking on Liverpool. Southampton, of course, lost their last game, I believe 3-1 against Brighton, which wasn't a surprising result considering that Southampton have nothing to play for anymore than Liverpool. This game would have been crucial, but they killed their chances during the last match day when they took on Aston Villa and drew 1-1. This game would have been crucial for the top 4, but considering that they drew the last game, absolutely killed it off. But that, at least for me, I don't think that means that Liverpool won't put in a performance. I do think they will. I think they'll score loads of goals. Southampton, they're in the gutter, fam. They're getting relegated, so I don't think they'll show too much fight. I'm going to go for a 4-1 win for Liverpool. The last and final fixture to conclude match day 38 in the Premier League, and to conclude The Premier League 22-23 season is of course at Selhurst Park, where Crystal Palace will be taking on Nottingham Forest. Crystal Palace, they done decent in their last game, drawing 2-2 against Fulham. And as for Nottingham Forest, an emphatic victory against Arsenal in the last game when they beat them 1-0, because that pretty much just secured their place in the Premier League for one more season. I think Crystal Palace, at least for me, are my favorites going into this game. I do think they have the upper hand. They're a much, much better side. Nottingham Forest just are not all of that when it comes to away performances. And yeah, I think Eze, Olise are very exciting players to watch out for. Just in general, not just in this game, but just in general. I think they'll put in some good performances. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Crystal Palace. They might concede because they do have that in them, but yeah, I reckon they can get a clean sheet, and that's why I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Crystal Palace. But anyways, fam, hope you lot did enjoy. If you did, like always, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Let me know in the comments down below what you're looking forward to the most during Matchday 38. And ladies and gentlemen, this pretty much concludes the 22-23 Premier League season, as everything will come to an end this Sunday, fam. Yeah, it's been an absolutely fantastic season, filled with loads of excitement, filled with all sorts of ups and downs. And I care to hear your thoughts in the comments down below, what you thought of the season, fam. It's been one to remember, in my opinion at least. Yeah, it's been extraordinary. But yeah, like always, hope everyone's doing absolutely fantastic, and I'll see you guys soon.